What is good, Osiris here? Positive plus some, and it's a sad day for sports fans. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up as an Ohio State fan. NFL quarterback Dwayne Haskins, 24, dies after being hit by a car. On April 9th, found out this news. The Heisman Trophy finalist at Ohio State and backup with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Haskins died on Saturday after being struck on a Florida highway. A sad day for sports fans and Ohio State fans. Maybe if you're just a college football fan and remember him circa the year 2018, really out there balling, doing well, especially at the college level. Then to see him get drafted, he struggled in the NFL. But I'm going to get to a quote here. There was a interview that happened with Gil Brandt, and he was asked about this, and I'm going to let you know why I have no problem with Gil Brandt's comments in regards to the passing here. What happened, according to the Florida Highway Patrol, Haskins was attempting to cross the westbound lanes of Interstate 595 in Fort Lauderdale when he was struck by a dump truck, around 6:37 a.m. He was pronounced dead on the scene. I'm devastated and at a loss for words with the unfortunate passing of Dwayne Haskins. This is Mike Tomlin, coach of the Steelers, said. He quickly became a part of our Steelers family upon arrival and was one of our hardest workers, both in the field and in our community. Dwayne was a great teammate, but even more so, a tremendous friend to so many. I'm truly heartbroken. He was a first-round pick, selected at 15. I thought he might even go higher, me personally, because I watched him. I'm biased. I watched him at Ohio State. But his coach, Urban Meyer, was honest and said, I don't think he's ready. And some of that immaturity did show up. It's tough to talk about that on the day that he dies at 24. I'm 44. Man, that would have been 20 years ago. Just, for somebody you just followed from high school on up, it's tough to see. He had tremendous amount of potential, and I know his career started rough, but that doesn't mean it had to end rough or he couldn't have gotten better. But here's the interview that I want to end with and talk about.
To know the young man a little bit, but also from a scouting standpoint, you analyzed him over the years at Ohio State and coming into the league with the Washington Commanders and then going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, it's a terrible tragedy, and what wanted your thoughts on that, and also on the player, because you did chronicle his career very closely.
Well, Dan, I hate anytime anybody is killed or anybody dies, but he was a guy that was living to be dead, so to speak. They told him, don't under any circumstances leave school early. You just don't have the work habits. You don't have this. You don't have that. What did he do? Left school early. I always can remember this. We invited players to the draft, and he was one of the players we invited to the draft. And we were told, no, we're going to have our own party. His own party was a party at the bowling alley. Charged him $50 to get into the bowling alley for his party. It was always something, It's one of those things. I'm never offside, but they keep calling me for offside. Is what it is. So, it's a tragic thing. Anytime anybody dies, it's tragic, and especially when you're 24 years old and you got your whole life ahead of you. Maybe if he'd have stayed in school a year, he wouldn't do silly things. I mean, when you're jogging on a highway, on a road like that leaves it open, because I tell you, guy has two drinks and he's just a little bit to the right side of the road and gets hit and killed. It's easy to happen.
Yeah. I want to just share this. This is a statement.
So that's the clip there from Gil Brandt. And there was a lot of harsh feedback, and there's no right or wrong here. If you feel that on the day that we find out that he died, that this was inappropriate, then more power to you. I disagree. These are headlines that said Brandt gives incredibly disrespectful NFL radio interview. That's why you can't look at just headlines. You might agree with that headline, but I don't. So I can't look at these headlines and just assume something's accurate. Dwayne Haskins' death. Cowboys icon Gil Brandt should lose NFL job over outrageous eulogy. Who said he was giving a eulogy? Well, if you listen to it, what he said, I hate when anyone dies. He says it was tragic with his whole life ahead of him at 24. But then he also had some takeaways that these things were already out there. This isn't new. He wasn't digging up dirt. Everybody knew about these things that some people said, including his coach, said that he shouldn't have left school early. His work ethic was questioned. I don't know what it is or not, but it was questioned before this. In other cultures, they value what elders have to say. Gil Brandt is 90 years old, I believe. That's what was trending on Twitter. Yeah, he's 90 years old. And in certain cultures, they value what someone who has the ability to live until 90 years old, what they say very highly, more highly than anybody else, unless you're their elder. And they would never come at him, attacking him, saying you should be fired, you disrespected someone. If he had come on and said, I told this young man and I knew this was going to happen and he was a terrible guy and all, I would have said, man, that's not the right time. That's distasteful. That's not what he said. He was telling his story a little bit of, was it like a little Joe Biden-ish, little, I don't know if he was all there because he's 90 years old, but you could follow what he was saying. And he was respectful. And it's up to the family and others to feel their way. I'm going to feel my way. In my opinion, he was respectful. And when someone passes, I know it's soon, but maybe we can all learn something from this and have a discussion and still remember him. Let me know what you think. Take care.